welcome back. What's going on, everybody? It's Organic Chef. So I've already actually started cooking. I'm using my quick cooker from Pampered Chef, and I actually already made some black-eyed peas. That's right, your girl making black-eyed peas. So today we're gonna do coconut rice with some black-eyed peas. Yeah, taking it back to Africa, taking it back home. So we're also gonna do that, and we're gonna do some spaghetti squash. Keeping it natural, keeping it authentic, doing a vegetarian/vegan cuisine. So come on back so we can show you what's popping today. So today I don't have our normal ingredient list because I just had an idea. I love cooking. This is unprepared, on the fly, showing you how I do it. So right now, I'm gonna show you what I did. So I cooked black-eyed peas in my quick cooker. So the quick cooker helped me to make these black-eyed peas in under 50 minutes. So that's why I use the quick cooker. So with that, I just threw in all my ingredients. So I'm gonna show you with my batter bowl. So if you can see, I've got like some carrots and some onions. I did a mirepoix in here. I did a bay leaf, salt, some black pepper, and some fresh garlic. And that made the base. And I did like a cup and a half of some vegetable stock and a cup of water. So my beans smell fantastic. The aromas throughout my entire house of how good these beans smell. So to that, we're gonna be making some coconut rice. So I've already started my coconut rice in my rice cooker. I will show you in a hot second. So I'm off screen, but you can see my hands. So in here, I already have 2 cloves of garlic and some grapeseed oil. So I'm gonna kick on my rice cooker to start. So we're gonna do 2 cups of jasmine rice. Now I have 2 cups of jasmine rice here. Now a lot of people like to remove the starch. It all depends on what type of dish I'm doing. I don't always wash my rice all the time. So for this recipe, I'm not washing it because I want all the starch to infuse with the coconut oil. I want all the starch, so I'm not rinsing any of that at all. And to that, I'm gonna add my stock that I've made with the beans. And it's okay. I'm gonna put all the vegetables in here anyway. So I just need about a half a cup of coconut oil, which we're gonna do right now. So I've got some leftover coconut milk that I had from the other day. So the coconut milk is going in here. So I like the coconut milk because it gives it that kind of sweet taste to the rice. It adds to the creaminess. So I need about a cup more. So for that, we'll just use water. So here, put some extra water in here. Let's see. Perfect. So to that, I will add some salt and pepper. But I'm gonna hold back on the salt because I did season the beans and they're perfect. So if I need to add it, I will add it at the end. So that is our rice. Here is our beans with our mirepoix. It looks so pretty, don't you agree? So this rice is gonna take about 4 minutes to cook, and that's it. So to this, you can add whatever protein you like. Today we're gonna do squash. So come on back while this is cooking. We're gonna start prepping our squash. Be right back. So I've got my squash here on my cutting board. Spaghetti squash is pretty simple. It pretty much cooks itself. all you really have to do is cut it, place it in the oven, wait for it to caramelize and to cook. And then you're taking your fork and you're scraping it, and it makes the spaghetti for you. So it's pretty simple. And you season it how you want. I've got some accompaniments here. I got a shallot and some leftover squash and zucchini that I'm going to pair with it together, and a tomato. And I'm going to use my Ras El Hanout. And this is an African blend of spices here. There's spices and turmeric. I'm going to use to season it and call it a day. So it's pretty simple to do. Let's take this off. I try to buy organic 99% of the time, especially when it comes to whole foods and vegetables. It yields a better product, better flavor, and better taste. And these products stand alone when you're not using the traditional elements of animal fat, butters, things like that, and oils. These vegetables pretty much stand alone and taste great by themselves without adding any of those things. So traditionally you want to rinse it and give it a good clean, because vegetables are dirty, and then you don't want that on your cutting board, because whatever you cut through, now that's going to be on your food, as well as the knife that you're choosing to cut with. So today I'm not going to use my chef's knife. I will use my serrated knife to cut. So I cut the top and I cut the bottom. So now I have an even stand, you know, so it doesn't roll over the place. And then I just try to cut it in the center as much as possible. So you see now it has all these seeds. Gotta scoop it out. Gotta scoop them out. That's what it is. So you can take a spoon and you can scoop it out. Just like so. Now you can keep the seeds and you can toast them. Or you can grow your own spaghetti squash. I've done both. So that's it. Easy peasy. You can do it in less than a minute and clean it out. Done, son. Number 2. So you can see what I'm doing. Done. Very easy to do. So I'm gonna take my chef's knife and I'm just going to do my squash like this. So I'm just cutting it down the center. That's it. Throwing it on my cutting board. Squash and zucchini, doing the same. So I'm trying to get rid of my squash and zucchini because I've had it in the fridge for a little while. So I don't want them to go bad. So since I'm roasting anyway today, squash, why not throw it all in? Here we go. So to that, I will add 1 shallot. Remove the skins. And I just want it to have flavor. That's all I want. I just want it to have that flavor. And that's it. So just a quick chop of a small dice. Hold that off to the side.
So here's our pan. I almost forgot about my tomato that's going bad. Cut that real quick. Okay. So I just want to lightly salt and pepper my vegetables just so it has some flavor, and the salt will help draw out the moisture and help it to cook a little bit faster, because I'm not steaming, I'm roasting. A little bit of salt. Gonna get more salt. Some salt. It's okay. Just a little salt. Okay. And we're gonna add a little bit of grapeseed oil, just a little bit. My veggies. Now I'm just gonna roll it around in the oil a little bit so they get a little bit coated with the oil. And I'm gonna do the same for my squash. Throw in my shallots. The rice smells really good. So, done with that. Now we're gonna add some garlic, because I love the taste and I love the smell of some roasted garlic. Well, I'm doing this on the fly, there's nothing prepped. I'm doing this as I go. So I got 1, 2, 3 cloves of garlic here we're gonna use. Can't see it, but this is my garbage bowl. Ooh, see that? Jump back, jump back. Okay. So ordinarily, I would love to use these, which I've used it already, my garlic press for my rice. But for this, I will just, I want my garlic to stay whole because I want it to roast whole. And I don't want it to burn. Just quickly remove it from the skins. There we go, one down. Okay. And one more. Perfect. All right. So I've already preheated my oven here. Woo! There we go. So we got our salt and pepper. Now let's give our veggies some spice, because I want it to have some sabor or some flavor, you know, as we enjoy our meal together with the creamy coconut rice. I want to taste something other so it hits all the taste buds, you know, in my mouth. So I'm like enjoying the experience, right? So probably put about no more than 2 tablespoons. It's really, really spicy. Me, I love my turmeric, so you already know. And then I'll hit these veggies with a little bit of spice. This has a little bit of crunch in it. This is a Dukkha blend. This is a Jets-inspired blend. And this has flaxseed, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, spices, salt, and sumac. I love that taste of sumac. It just gives you that nice... So I enjoy using that. So into the air fryer it goes. 45 minutes.
45 minutes in the oven to roast and break down. So we'll be right back. So come on back. We got some coconut rice. That is the bomb. Now we're gonna add in our, do you remember what I said? Black eyed peas. Y'all ain't here with me. Come on, stay with me. Black eyed peas. We're gonna add it, so come on back later. So we're back, and our coconut rice and beans are done. So while I was away, I was able to just add our mirepoix and our black-eyed peas to our rice. So that's already done. Remember, we cooked that ahead of time. I was just adding it to the rice to infuse it with the coconut rice, right? So now let's check on our roast. Oh, it looks amazing. It has this whole house smelling phenomenal. It smells great. Look at that. Woo-hoo. See that? My plate's already here. But let's get it popping. These are my gripper mitts. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna gently scrape the inside of the meat of the shell of the spaghetti squash so we can get those strands that you usually see. You ready? Come on. So it's no rhyme or reason in how you want to do this. The more you do it, the better off you'll be and the better you're gonna get. So I'm trying to show you real quick so you can see. So and trust me, this is hot. So if you can see, there are the strands that are starting to form. Kitchen life, no matter how it is, you move quick. You move quick. So as I do it, matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. You can see as I pull back, we have the strands that are gonna make our squash. Very easy to do. Like I said, we seasoned it, we oiled it, whatever flavor that you wanted, salt, pepper, whatever you want. And then this is all we're doing is taking the fork and gliding it so it makes the spaghetti squash. That's it. Very simple, very classic. So as you can see, this was really, really easy to do. Roasting it, taking it out. That's it. Look at that. Spaghetti squash. That's it. It's healthy, it's authentic, it's good for you. It's a gluten-free option. So if you have celiac disease, if you have, just a regular allergy to gluten, this is something that you could use, and it's very easy to do. And you can put your adornments, or you can season how you want. You can put basil and tomato, whatever you want. You're the chef at home, but these are other alternatives that you can do for a better, healthy lifestyle for yourself. So I'm gonna take this, just gonna scrape it all out onto the plate here. This is steaming. I don't know if you can see the steam, but it's hot. So if you wanna let it cool for about 10-15 minutes, that would be great. I'm a professional, so don't go by me. Trust me, this is hot. It's straight out of the oven at 400. Spaghetti squash. Easy peasy. So it's already got the flavor of the seasoning in it. It's got the onions, the shallots that we did. So this is ready to go as is. You can put whatever, season that you want. You You put oil on it. If you're into dairy, you could put your butter on it, garlic, whatever you want. I'm about to hook this up. So we're finished with our spaghetti squash. So I'm gonna show you. This is our squash. This was one small squash. So you would think you can feed 2 people from this. This plate is very, very heavy. So 4 to 6 ounces is good enough. This is probably about a little bit over a pound, about 1.5 pounds. So you can definitely feed a lot of people from this, depending on the type of meal or what you're accompanying with or something like that. It all depends on what your vision is for your meal for that day. So squash is done. So remember, we had our roasted vegetables. So this is kind of like going to be like a garnish for our dish, but I'm just going to chop them a little bit so they, don't overpower the dish for everything else that we have going on. So these smell fabulous and they're going to taste even better. So look at this nice roasted garlic. Eat this whole, just like that. Just like that. So that's all we're doing, just rough chopping. The tomatoes, I'm gonna leave them whole and they'll just remain dormant on the dish, period. But I love the nice texture that the dukkha spice gives these vegetables. It brings them alive, it wakes them up. And the flavor is even that much better. I don't know about you, but I just adore anything roasted. Okay, wash my hands. Let's plate up. You ready? Let's plate up. Let's get that coconut rice. Black-eyed peas. Remove our bay leaf. We don't no longer need it anymore. So as you can see, this was the rice that we made today. It has the black-eyed peas, the mirepoix in it. It looks so pretty. Little specks of cilantro in there. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm gonna top it with some of the spaghetti squash. Can you say that very quickly, 5 times? Spaghetti squash, spaghetti. I can't do it. Can you do it? Spaghetti squash, spaghetti squash, spaghetti squash. I think that's it for me. All right, so we got some of our roasted vegetables. And as always, I always like to do some fresh herbs. So we'll just do some parsley for now. I've got cilantro throughout this entire dish. And that's it. So today we made black-eyed peas, coconut rice, spaghetti squash, some roasted vegetables. That's it. Easy peasy. Done, son. You could do this at home. You could prep ahead. You can make your beans ahead of time, as I did. This way they're already ready to go. Rice only takes a very little time, depending on how much rice you're cooking. And then the roasted squash you could do the night before. So all you would have to do is take your fork, and scrape it and be done. So this meal, honestly, without the prep time, is cooked in less than 30 minutes. Organic Chef, keep eating healthy, keep doing it well, be safe out there with you and your families, and keep checking back in. Keep watching. I always have some new stuff for you. So thank you for joining us today. Enjoy your day. We'll be back. and stay tuned. I'm out.